Hey guys, well it is Tuesday and it's 6:20 and we're vlogging for the first time. Before I get to what I want to talk about, I want you guys to know that tomorrow, don't forget the Weight Watcher meal. It's taco chicken, I forget, it's like taco chicken. We did it like last week, so and it was good, right?
You liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I can't remember what I did yesterday, more or less. What I did last week. And so we just did a new one tonight. You know, it's Tuesday for the following week, and that's a veggie one. And I'm not going to say more about that because I don't want to ruin it. You'll just have to watch the video to see whether I liked it or not. So let's see, what else I want to say? Oh, Sherry's Day. Sherry, what you guys have not noticed yet or seen, you wouldn't have seen it. She Facebook. No, you didn't even Facebook any that day, did you?
Why?
She went to New York, and she spent all day Saturday in New York. And just a couple things.
Early in the morning. New York.
So I just edited all that video. I'll put that up Thursday. It was 18.5 minutes. I cut it down to under or 13 minutes or something like that because it was long. Trust me, it was long. And she was using this camera right here. So she actually didn't do bad with it.
Thank you.
You did a pretty good job with this camera, being the first time you've used it. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we are doing this right here, Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. And Sherry and I have come to the conclusion that we want to become debt-free. In order to become debt-free, we have to make some adjustments to our lifestyle, way of living. And so what happens is our classes are on Monday nights at our church, and Tuesday nights we are doing our homework that we have. So we did one last week, and I decided I talked to her today, and I says, what we might do is, because we have it for like 9 weeks, we have like 7 more weeks. What we're going to do is we're going to give you Tuesday tips. So we're going to call it like Tuesday's tips, and like that. See how comfortable about that? Like that.
Huh.
So as we're going through this course, we're going to give you some tips or some ideas that we come up with, or some things that we took from it. And hopefully, if you're thinking about getting out of debt, this is definitely a good way of doing it. Like, I know a couple of people who are definitely debt-free through this, and there's many, many more stories that people become debt-free. So, anyway. So last week, do you remember what we talked about last week at all?
Divorce.
People, that's what I deal with.
What did we talk about last week?
Not yesterday, but last week.
Last week, we talked about budgeting. Super saving. I'm cheating. That's what it says.
Yes, but
super saving.
One of the things it talked about, and one of the things that we are going to have to come in agreement to, is we do not carry credit cards. Because credit cards get you in trouble.
I haven't used my... I haven't.
Cut it up.
No.
Okay, see? We have to get to the point where we go snip, 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 snip,
As
snip.
long as I do Pampered Chef, I can't.
Well, all right, then give me the credit card.
I have no problem doing that, honey. You took it from me for years. That's such a lie. You took it from me years ago.
Yeah, because she was
and then I took it back.
She was going home a while with the spending. It was crazy.
You know, you're not an angel.
No.
You know, quit putting me under the bus. You're just as guilty as I am, or we wouldn't be in this situation. You know, he's the one who just bought a new truck. I keep telling you guys that. Say no more.
Whatever. Okay.
You know I'm right.
But we had to get a fourth vehicle.
Well, I can justify the credit card. We had to do
No.
No, that would be it. Well, some of it was true, but that would be half of a lie.
So one of the things we learned last week was that you have to get an emergency fund, and the emergency fund is $1,000. Now you're saying, well, wait, we're barely making week to week. How do I get $1,000 savings? Well, some of the things you do is you could sell things around the house that you really don't need. Fortunately for us, we have started this. We started back in February. We didn't go full-fledged into this, but we started in February, and we've already taken away about $8,500 worth of our debt. We have a long way to go, but just since February. So now we're going to try to get in this full steam all the way in so that we can become debt-free. So So that's one of the things. Get $1,000. That's the first step. That's a baby step number one. There's like 9 baby steps. I think is that what it is? He said in the book, 9 baby steps. Baby step one is get $1,000 saved up, and put that as an emergency fund. Now, what considers emergency? What considers emergency? What considers non-emergency?
You.
Wow.
Well, you're dogging me. So, what is not an emergency? Not an emergency would be, wow, well, to me, everything's an emergency.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. That's why I have you answering the question.
I'm going blank. What is not an emergency?
What is not an emergency?
I'm going shopping.
Or, for example, we need new furniture.
Oh, yeah, new furniture.
Since
I am getting a couch.
Since we know that we need new furniture, we don't take from emergency fund because we know that. So what you do is you budgeted that into your thing, into your budget as you do it. What considers emergency would be maybe the car breaking down. You're driving and all of a sudden it breaks down. Not that you need new tires, because if you know you need new tires, then you are to go ahead and start saving up ahead of time.
Well, I look at it as emergency fund as something that came unexpectedly that
we didn't budget it for.
That maybe we haven't completely budgeted for.
Well, let's just state we haven't budgeted for, because hopefully we'll have cover that.
Right.
So that's what we learned from week 1, and week 2 we learned what? That would have been last night.
Relating with money.
Yeah, but what about relating with money?
Money's evil.
Continue on. Continue on. Continue on.
Oh, yeah. I had to.
I told her ahead of time that I was going to do this.
And you did, and I'm tired.
So it's not like I didn't prepare her ahead of time.
Relating with money, step 2 was to start budgeting, putting your things in categories, writing it down, see where you're at, set some goals.
The big thing was talking, getting your kids involved.
Getting your kids involved. I'm reading this. It says how to teach your kids about money and how to find accountabilities if you're single. Okay, well,
the point is we don't have any kids, so really. Yeah. But for some of you who do have kids, you teach them the value. One of the things they said was, if you give your kids allowance, stop the allowance thing and call it commission. In other words, you give them chores to do, and you even put on the refrigerator. You write down the chores and how much each chore costs. And if they do it, they check it off, and you give them the money for that. So it's a commission at the end of the week. And if they don't do it, it's like it is. If you have a job as commission, if you don't work, you don't get paid. If you work and you do your job, then you will get paid. Well, that's the same thing you do with the kids, and it teaches them value. And so Dave Ramsey's daughter came on and explained that yes, it was frustrating at times because some things she wanted, but she realized with his value. So it taught her a lot of stuff. It taught her a lot of things to do. And you can ask questions about it more at the end. But the main thing of these 2 weeks so far is that you sit down together as a couple and you go over your budget for the month. So you start it every month. Beginning of every month, you sit down with all your budget, because things will change. Things change, like you may not spend, you'll set an example, and one thing they stressed on is if you don't get it right away, don't sweat it. It takes several months to get in the habit of doing a budget every day and adjusting it. And you'll have to adjust it each month, because you'll know, for example, if you know that your oil change is coming up. Well, normally you should know when it's 3,500 miles, whenever you do it, or 3 months, you already budget that ahead of time, and you don't have to worry about that. So when that is time, you already have that money in cash. If you forget that, then you have to adjust your budget for every month at the beginning of the month. Again, it takes some time. So that's what we've learned the first 2 weeks. We're getting ready to do our homework for tonight, and basically you call it a budget committee. And we get together and we talk about our budget, in which we did last week, and we're going to do it again this week. And so we have a couple of things to do. But that's what we're going to be doing, and we'll give you, probably won't be as long as this, because we just explain everything to you. But that's what we're going to be doing, hopefully on every Tuesday until. And we'll give you a progress report. We'll see how we're doing, and maybe when it's over, we'll continue maybe once every couple weeks for a month. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So it's going to be called Tuesday's Tips. I think that'll be the title of it. Sounds good anyway, right?
Are you planning on maybe like eventually, because like you can do these classes and then you can go and teach them. Is this something that you would be interested in doing maybe once we accomplish this?
Maybe.
Oh, just curious.
Oh.
Because you're good at that kind of stuff, so.
We'll see how it goes. So, anything else to talk about?
No. You've been a perfect little angel.
Well, the reason why you didn't do the thing last night, because, I didn't know. First of all, yes, I have not been vlogging much. Yes, she vlogged just today. Totally get it. But as I was editing the video, I realized that she said, "Oh, we'll tell you tonight about it." She never told me, so we didn't do it. But that's okay. I forgive her.
It's the least you can do.
So that's the reason why we're doing it tonight. So that's what we're going to start doing Tuesday's tips. Anything else?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
Positive. Okay. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a great Tuesday. And leave comments below. Any questions you have, we'll try to answer them. And just go along with our journey on this budgeting. If you're really interested in doing this, definitely keep following it, and we'll let you know how it goes. So we will see you later.